TSM's model of the revolutionary turbine-powered Lotus 56B, as it appeared at the hands of Emerson Fittipaldi at the 1971 Italian Grand Prix, came out of its clamshell box looking like a piece that some makers would happily ask $500 or more for. We took our time putting the model's body on so we could pore over the exposed parts of the heavily detailed chassis. The front end is incredible, with delicate linkages and struts pressed into place, and real steel coil springs. TSM's nailed it all. The battery, fire bottles, and flexible air ducts are here, all cabled in and in all the right colors. Back a bit, the dash has been wired and piped, and turning the wheel gets the gear-driven steering linkage to work. We flexed the front suspension but didn't push too hard. This is delicate stuff, and it includes perfect little disc brakes and complex half shafts run to the hubs and the removable wheels. In the cockpit, the molded seat wears fabric belts with photo-etched hardware. We broke out the loop to check out the build tag on the sidewall and the hour meter on the opposite side, then headed further south to the main event. The ducting over the engine lifts to expose the heart of the car, and TSM has brought the turbine out in a marvel of fine metal and styrene castings, metallized finishes, and thin section photo-etched and stamped steel for the screening, piping, and bulkheads at either end. The engine sent its power forward, so we started out back where the anodized fittings and stainless braided hoses are sweet. Point the light at the screened-in intake, and there's the air horn and compressor sub-assembly. Just ahead of that is the ring of fire and a metallized chimney. At the very front, there's the gear reduction torque converter unit that sent power to all four wheels. At the car's extreme rear is another mind-blowing vista of pipes, struts, springs, and linkages. Want to talk about fanatical detail? Bring a magnifier to the rear bulkhead and check out yet another hour meter, a dazzling photo-etched accordion folded oil cooler screen, and a special aircraft spec cover wearing a serial number and inspection date, all tucked, tacked, and fastened in amongst the rear suspension, brakes, cooling scoops, and frame bracing, built up as in front with pressed joints for scale fidelity. It almost seemed a shame to cover all of this hypo pulchritude up, but we did by first replacing the ducting above the turbine, fitting the top half of the body onto the tub, and then sliding the nose into position with its locking tab notched into place. When we were done, the finished result, under a beautiful, smooth, and lively metallic gold and black livery, matched the real cars and looked great on sweet, scuffed Firestone race rubber. TrueScale is a crew that takes their time on their releases, and this Lotus was in the pipe for a long while. The wait, trust us, was worth every minute. Highest recommendation.